Hi guys, welcome to the chord of the day. Today we're going to talk about the B minor chord. This is the nemesis of many guitarists. We're going to look at 4 different ways that you can play it. We'll start with the most common B minor voicing, which is a 5-string voicing, barring the 1st through 5th strings, and then adding fingers 2, 3, 4 as shown. Gets that nice sound, right? Note that I'm kind of muting the 6th string with my 1st finger, bumping it up against there, so that even while I'm fingering a B bass note on the 5th string, the neighboring string is getting muted by that same finger over here in my left hand. This is a great habit to get into early on because it really helps clean up your playing, because as we strum, it's kind of hard to hit 5 strings and not 6. It's one of the easier ones because you're fretting 3 out of the 5 notes, and the 2 notes you are barring are the inside and outside notes, so the 5th string and the 1st string. So the middle of the bar can be kind of, I don't know, flabby, is that the right word? The second voicing is one that's pretty common in a lot of books, and it's a 4-string voicing where we're fingering on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, frets 2, 3, and 4, and we have an open D string, open 4th string. And that sounds like B minor. It's B minor. It's got all the notes in B minor. The only thing I'm not crazy about is that it doesn't have the bass note, B, at the bottom. So it could sound a little bit less filling, also because it's only 4 strings, but in particular because the bass note's not the right one. In fact, sometimes you could even play it like this, and that almost sounds better to me. Sounds more minor-y, even though now we really still don't have a bass note, but that's an option. Third, we're going to play the original B minor bar, but we're not going to bar. We're going to just play the middle 4 strings like this. You let the 1st finger lay slack over the 1st string, and you get a muted sound. And again, muting the 6th string with your 1st finger as well. Finally, I'm going to offer an alternative to B minor, which is B minor 7th. And certain songs, it really has a nice sound. It has a sort of a jazzy sound. It adds a little complexity to the sound because of the extra note, which is an A that's on the 3rd string. So B minor 7th is like this. And the thing you need to make sure is that you're letting the 4th string sound, because that's the thing that gives it the minor quality. The D note, I want to actually point out that this is very similar to one that we might know already, which is B7th, which is like this, where you have a D sharp on the 4th string. You're playing the 4th string 1st fret. That note is D sharp. And we learn B7th pretty early on as part of the key of E. That works pretty nicely as a substitute for B minor. The trick of it is you do have to make sure your open D does make a sound, and it's kind of nestled between your 5th string and your 3rd string, which are both fingering at the 2nd fret. So this one can be a little bit tricky for beginners to get to sound every note, because there's some in-betweenies. So now I'm going to play a couple progressions using this chord. We're going to do a G to B minor to C, back to G kind of progression. Van Morrison song, And It Stoned Me. Also the band song, The Wait. Now the second voicing. Play it with 4 strings fretted. See, I kind of like that better. The third voicing. Notice even though I was muting the strings, it sounded virtually the same as the 1st voicing. Finally, the B minor 7th. And that little complexity that it has, it might be desirable to you, might not. But it's definitely grabbable in a hurry. A lot more easily than some of the other ones when you're a beginner. So there you have it, 4 different versions of B minor. That's the chord of the day. Enjoy.